Okay, I think we are live. Let's see here. All right. I think we're live. Hello, everybody. How is everybody's Saturday going? Okay. Let's see here. All right. So we are live. This is the 2K subscriber live stream. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. So just, chat's open. So if you want to talk about anything, movies, anything, just, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Yes. Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for the congrats. Awesome. What do you want to talk about? 21 Bridges. That's coming out about a month or so. Why did they change the release date? I have no idea. No idea. Maybe they're just trying to give it a better chance against whatever's opening that weekend. So, yeah, I can't wait for it, honestly. Big fan of Chadwick Boseman. I know the Russo brothers produced it. It looks interesting. I would expect probably a second trailer is going to drop for that because they've only had, I think, the one trailer. So we're probably going to get a second trailer fairly soon. So what else are you guys up to tonight? Thank you so much for piping in on the live chat. I know it's Saturday night. Everybody's probably got plans. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Awesome trailer. Very excited about that one. Very excited about it. Watching Smallville. Are you catching up because Tom Welling's going to be in the Crisis of the CW? That's awesome. I cannot wait for that. I was so excited to hear about that. Hopefully he's actually Superman this time and he's not just being Clark Kent because he's got that big bug. He doesn't want to wear the suit or anything. But come on, it's been 10 years or so. He can wear the suit. It's fine. But I'm excited that he's going to be part of that crossover. Can't wait. Thanks, James. How do I feel about it? Feel good about it. You never know how this channel stuff's gonna go when you start. Hey, what's up, Costa Rica? You never know how these channels are gonna go. I didn't know if anybody was gonna even care, anybody's gonna subscribe or anything. So I'm happy that you guys like the channel, and I'm gonna continue doing it as long as you enjoy the content. So I love doing it. And yeah, Smallville. It's funny, like the first 5 seasons of Smallville were really good, and then it kind of starts getting less good after that. But it's still fun. It's still a good show to go back to. It's a whole shame about that whole Allison Mack thing. Well, it's kind of weird. Kind of makes you think about it a little bit. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. I know. I mean, 2K subscriber is it's still like you're still in the beginnings of everything, but just it's an awesome feeling, that you never think you're going to get to that, and it's just it's only upward from here. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, it's a cool. Yeah, I can't wait for the Crisis. I think that's going to do what the DC movies haven't been able to do, is kind of put together a cool multi crossover, and they're really going crazy with it. You're at 130K. Nice. One day maybe. No, I didn't get the Walmart John Wick 3. I really wanted it. I want that coin pretty bad, the adjudicator coin, but it was a heavy week, September 10th. Oh my god, it's like September 10th is, then you got October, 1st of October, and then November is starting to look really, really heavy, early November. And if rumor holds true, the rest of the Pixar stuff will dump on um, December. So we got a heavy couple months, everybody. But yeah, Smallville's awesome. My favorite action star? Let's see. I would say, God, who did I like? I'm going like straight 80s, you know? Um, Jeez. I would say Arnold is probably my favorite, and he still kicks ass a lot, but it's like Arnold and Sly were like my go-tos, and Gibson for a while, like Mel Gibson for a while, like Lethal Weapons and stuff. But I go old school because they don't make that anymore, you know. So love your movie and Funko collection. Yeah. No, I haven't seen Angel Has Fallen yet. I'm gonna pick that up on disc and check that out. What was my first 4K dish? Oh, geez. I think the first 4K movie I ever got was The Revenant, if I remember correctly. I still remember the first Blu-ray I ever got. That was Fantastic Four. When Chris Evans was still the Human Torch and stuff. That was my first Blu-ray. 4K, I believe it was The Revenant. They haven't announced anything for Angels Fallen yet. Yeah, Arnold, major king of the one-liners. I don't think anybody can dispute that whatsoever. I mean, totally. I mean, like everything Predator, Terminator, Terminator 2. I mean, come on. It's like you could like that's a movie quote like battle you could do right there. But yeah, it's fun. So what else? What's going on? What else is everybody up to? Anybody catch any of the movies this weekend? I saw Ad Astra did the review. Rambo, loved it, and then I saw Villains today. I'm going to post my review for that tomorrow. I enjoyed that one, so had a lot of fun. A lot of fun with that one. That one, I believe the trailer just was not representative of the movie, but it's really cool. Hey, South Africa, what's going on? What's your favorite sci-fi movie? My favorite sci-fi movie is the director's cut of The Abyss. Honestly, it's like it is my favorite sci-fi movie. Is the director's cut of The Abyss. They need to put that on 4K. We hear rumors about it, and no man, go see Rambo. Go see Rambo: Last Blood. You gotta go see it. Like, loved that movie. I gave it a score of 7, but like that's only because of the quality, like how well it's made. My enjoyment of that is like a 9. I really enjoyed that one. Thank you so much. Thank you. What franchise are you most passionate about? I would say right now it's Marvel's franchise. Anything Marvel, I've been a huge fan of that ever since the original Iron Man, and then comic books way before that. So I think franchise-wise, it's still Marvel. But if I don't count Marvel, oh geez, I would say I have this deep love for Alien movies, like just Aliens, even the Fincher cut of Alien 3. I just really liked. Uh, Resurrection, not so much, but I love Alien. I just, as far as a sci-fi good franchise, it's like I love Alien. Let's see what we got. No, I'm still passionate about Star Wars, but it's kind of like almost in a holding pattern at this point. It's like you want to be excited about it, and but they're kind of doing weird things with it, and I just kind of want Rise of Skywalker to come and it's either going to raise my level back up for Star Wars as a franchise, or it's going to kill it. It kind of feels that way. So, although I don't think Solo deserves the hate it gets. It's not a bad movie. It's just there was a lot going on with there. My opinion on Good Boys, love Good Boys. I loved that. I think it was fun. It was a great time at the theater. I did post a review for that one. Um, yeah, X-Men Dark Phoenix is very underrated. There's a lot of baggage going with that one, and I think it's an okay movie. It's not the best movie, but it's fun. Yeah, we'll find out about Rise of Skywalker. I still think there's going to be a lot more. to that one. I really hope we get more as far as quality goes. And, you know, that's a whole discussion when we talk about Last Jedi and Force Awakens. But yeah, hopefully New Mutants actually gets released. Why did Dark Phoenix bomb? Um, it's there's reasons. Behind the scenes drama. I think just that kind of thing with Marvel acquiring the X Men, and it's just I don't think it deserves the hate, but it's not a hugely successful X Men movie. I think Dark Phoenix is something I feel bad because it's like Marvel can't even touch that storyline for like decades probably, because it's already been done twice by Fox. So yeah, well, no, reshoots are part of every production, but the way they made it all public and that public perception killed it. It did, and plus, I think enough people knew that it was moving. When Fox was going to be buying, or Disney was going to be buying Fox, then it's like why bother? It's a why bother entry. Honestly, it's really that kind of mentality for Dark Phoenix, and it's not bad. It really isn't bad. It's actually pretty decent. Enjoyed it actually quite a bit, and on 4K it looks gorgeous and it sounds gorgeous. It's really good. I'm wondering if New Mutants is even going to get a actual release. I would not be surprised if it went like direct to like Disney Plus or something. I don't know. It's just a weird. I just want them to put that damn movie out because I'm tired of every time an article pops up, they use that same damn picture, and I'm tired of seeing that picture. Where they're all like grouped together and Anna Taylor Joy's doing that sneer. It's like, come on, we're over it. What are your favorite X Men films as far as the Fox X Men stuff? For me, I love the road cut of Days of Future Past. I love X Men 2. The first one, obviously, I think it was good. It was good, but not great, but it was still fun. And then, I don't know, I think it's just those three are my go tos. Now we're talking about Logan. And believe it or not, I like the director's cut of the Wolverine. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Dead Don't Die. Dude, you know what my thoughts are on the Dead Don't Die. Come on, man. I know what your thoughts are. um, but yeah, it's just for me, those are good movies. Yeah, Deadpool's too. Both the Deadpools are awesome. It's funny because I think the Deadpools were, especially the first one. It's good because the studio had no faith in it, but they were like, okay, let's shut these guys up. You can make the movie, whatever. They made a good movie, and they're like, oh no, no, we want the, we're taking full ownership of it. I'm like, okay, no, I don't think Disney's going to abandon 4K, and I don't think any studios are going to abandon 4K. It's just physical media still makes money, and it still makes studios money. There's going to be stuff to worry about as far as content goes, and that's more on the streaming side. I see some things happening in the future with streaming and like subscriptions, digital movies. Right now we're in an interesting point as far as streaming goes. Like all the streaming services, Netflix is going to start losing content. They're going to have to produce more original, and hopefully it's good content. But as far as like studio content, we got rumors that Apple's going to be buying a studio, and it looks like it might be Sony. That's going to be a big tell because Apple streaming service, honestly, yeah, they've got all the money in the world, but what do they have that's getting people excited? Because if they're just going to go like the Amazon route and just put out some, niche shows, I don't think it's going to do well. They need that catalog to compete with the likes of Disney Plus and all those other streaming services that are popping up. Mainstream, I know. Don't even start me on the mainstream horror thing. Comedies and horrors do not get 4K releases. It's rare and it sucks. It's because the I liked Annabelle Comes Home, and I was like bummed majorly that it's that no 4K was released. It's all digital. I hate that. Um, it sucks. It does. But it's just a weird thing. Like The Nun was like the only Conjuring film they put out on 4K. and the rest are like, oh, let's just do Blu-ray and then 4K on streaming. Why bother? That's really kind of a crap way of thinking. It's like, is it going to get to a point where only like successful blockbusters are going to hit like 4K? That's what I don't want to happen, because that would just not be good for us collectors. How do I rank the Spider-Man films? I did a video on that. Go look for it. I know I did I did a complete ranking right around when Far From Home was released, so check for that. I did a video on it. Yeah, the thing about The Nun, you're right. That looked amazing visually. Story-wise, it's kind of crap, but it is a beautifully shot film. Set design is amazing in that, and it looks gorgeous. And on 4K, it looks stunning. It really does. Sound-wise, pretty good too. It's really good. Yep, John Wick 3 looks amazing. Why did Disney stop 4K rentals on their movies? What do you mean? What rentals? Yeah, honestly, good demo material are the John Wick films on 4K. That's just, especially 2 and 3. I'd say 2 and 3 visually look the best and really show off Dolby Vision, HDR, anything like that. Audio wise are great. That's like demo material right there. It's really good. What's my favorite superpower? Green Lantern ring. That's it. Did I see The Intruder? I did. I liked it. I didn't like the ending. I felt it was an abrupt ending. I hate when movies do that. But once again, another Blu-ray only, no 4K on that one except for digital. I did see Ad Astra. I did post a review this morning about that one. I saw that one yesterday. I liked it to a degree, but I think there's the third act climax kind of ruined it. Brian, Mr. Bogat, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I would love a sequel to Brightburn. I would absolutely love a sequel to Brightburn. I love that movie. I think it was amazing. Yeah, we're gonna get Clockwork Orange 4K for no doubt in my mind. I think I mentioned this in a video or something, that these studios love anniversaries. So whenever the next major milestone is, it might even be next year, we are gonna get a Clockwork Orange for 4K. I have no doubt in my mind. I mean, we're getting The Shining in just a few weeks, so. Apocalypto in 4K. Come on, man. You know I would like that. You know I would like that. I don't know. It depends on who owns the rights for that. I know there's some weird, like Harvey Weinstein ownerships of a few films. I don't know if that falls under that purview or if Mel Gibson owns his own movies. I would love to see Apocalypto in 4K. It would make all those aftermarket Blu-rays like go down way in price. X-Men Apocalypse or Dark Phoenix? Dark Phoenix, come on. X-Men Apocalypse has, that's not a good movie, honestly. Like, I love Oscar Isaac, but just the script for that one was not good. There was cool moments, but cool moments don't make a whole film. So, but yeah, Dark Phoenix I think was better than Apocalypse. Do you expect right about this time Godzilla 2? Remember the last scene of this movie? The movie was released in 1998. Fincher films in 4K ever? Sure. I don't see why not, unless he's one of those directors that apparently doesn't like 4K. I know Tarantino was singing that song, but we're getting Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 4K, and apparently Inglourious Basterds and Pulp Fiction are coming. So maybe he changed his mind on it. So what else are you guys up to? No, I've never seen Drake and Josh. I've had friends recommend it. I just haven't. I have not seen that. I believe it's a show, right? I haven't seen it. No. The Joker. Yes, that is coming. It's like 2 weeks. Mm. Yeah, it's not that far away. I saw a trailer for it today when I went to see Villains, and I'm hopeful for the movie. I know it got all this praise at the festival and everything like that, but I don't listen to that hype. It's just hype. That's what it is. That, from what I understand, these festivals applaud if somebody drops a soda on the floor. So, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it's good, but I guess we'll see. I mean, it's Todd Phillips at the end of the day, so. Beard fertilizer. It's called water. Water. No, actually, there is a release date for Good Boys. I believe it's the first or second week in November. Agua. Yeah, I'm excited for Zombieland Double Tap. I'm hoping it's good. Yeah, check out Good Boys. I don't remember how well that did in the theaters. I know it didn't do huge numbers, but it was fun. I laughed a lot in that one. It was a good time. I know it was like it's in that same vein as Super Bad, that sort of thing, but it really stands on its own. It's amusing. Now the question is it going to hold up? So what else we got going on here? Drag Me to Hell. That's a good movie. I know they were talking about making a sequel to that one. He had a good idea for it, and he didn't seem to completely close the door on it. But it's just I enjoy that one a lot. I'm glad it kind of ended the way it did. It was like an interesting, downer ending. I like those in movies. Do I have a favorite song in Stranger Things? Uh, they used that one song in season three for what was it? Fast Times at Ridgemont. I can't remember the name of the song, but when what's his face was coming out to the pool, I thought that was funny. But that whole season's got a great soundtrack. It's really good. What's my pick of the year so far? Besides Avengers Endgame, that is my pick of the year. No, I don't know. I got to start really working on my list because as we get towards December, of course, we're going to do top tens of the year, that sort of thing. So I really got to sit and kind of think about that. I know Avengers Endgame is going to be number one, spoiler alert, but I guess everything from two on is kind of up for grabs. I know there's a couple movies I really enjoyed a lot. As far as just enjoyed them, not like necessarily the best made films, but something like I like Booksmart a lot. I thought it was good. Um, when are you going to do your collection video? Well, I did a bit of a collection video at the 1,000 subscriber mark. Um, I'll do another one at some point, but I want to let a little bit of time kick in because if I just did that one back in like April or May. Let's see. Um, as far as yeah, I hate box sets, honestly. I don't know. I'm probably going to pick up the Craig box set. Go against my better judgment because I really want to see Skyfall in 4K. I think that is going to be potentially amazing. And if they're like Universal and they still have not released the first four films individually in Jurassic Park. I know they did all the Fast and Furious movies, but Bond is kind of a different thing. And I don't know. I think I'm probably going to get the box set, but we'll see what happens. Could Disney re-release Fantasia on Blu-ray? They do it all the time. I would not, be surprised. Now that stuff should be available on Disney Plus if you're interested in streaming. But as far as finding a new physical copy goes, yeah, they release stuff all the time. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. They're not going to stop releasing movies on disc. There's just too much money for it. I don't know if that'll change in 10 years, but I think right now they're still, if they're making money, and they seem to be, they'll re-release it. It's been an interesting year for movies. It's been, I don't know. That's why I'm kind of having trouble really pinning down a list right now, because I'm sorry, but I was kind of really disappointed with It Chapter 2. It Chapter 1 made my top 10 that year, and there's no way it's going to be on that list this year. It's just, so I don't know. I really got to sit and think about that. Let's see here. Anybody play Borderlands 3 yet? I know we're, going off topic slightly, but I'm anxious to get my hands on that one. I was holding out for the deluxe, the super deluxe edition, but I'm kind of like, with all the problems it's having, I just might pick up the standard disc because I really want to play it. I'm just having like, I'm a big gamer too, so. Yeah, I know, Dark Knight. Today's Batman Day. I love Friday. Oh my God, I love Friday. It has been a minute since I've seen that movie. Borderlands 3. I really want to start playing that. I might run out tomorrow and get it. I might, just to hell with it, go get it. I know there's like frame rate issues and that sort of thing, but I'm anxious to play it. I'm kind of getting itchy trigger finger because I don't have anything new to play. The Chase with Charlie Sheen and was it Kristen Swanson? Yeah. I loved The Chase. I was. It's funny because before digital, like getting songs digitally, I was looking for that soundtrack forever, and I would love a Blu-ray of The Chase. I like that one. I would love a Blu-ray of Friday. I don't. Do they even have a Blu-ray of Friday? I don't think I ever looked. That's weird. But yeah, I saw the other Friday, next Friday or whatever, but no, the first one is classic, and it's like I hate when they change the formula too much, or like an actor doesn't come back, and it's just kind of it's a weird the dynamic gets thrown off, and it kind of takes you out. You know what they need to also put out in Blu-ray, and I'm not sure if they have this either, is Major Pain. Oh my God, love that movie. It was on Amazon Prime like a couple months ago. I watched it like twice. Does anybody still have DVDs that they play on their 4K TV? How does it look to you? I've never really done that with at least this TV. Absolutely not. But I've always heard weird things like it just kind of looks stretched and doesn't look great. The Night Listener with Robin Williams. Yeah. Oh, I miss the hell out of that guy, Robin Williams. That's another Nolan film that needs to come out on 4K. Insomnia with Pacino and Williams. I think that would look amazing. I've always been fascinated with Alaska, and I think the cinematography would lend itself really well to 4K. Okay, cool. I swear, if I gotta wait like another year for The Abyss, I'm just gonna rebuy the director's cut. I see it like all the time at FYE or something, and they have it like for like $5. So it has been about, God, at least 10, 15 years since I've seen that movie, and the last time was on DVD. I used to have the Laserdisc too for that. Every once in a while, I toy with the idea of getting a Laserdisc player and just for you know fun, but I don't think it would look good on 4K TV though. No, I do actually. Yeah, I do have the Blu-ray. No, I have the Blu-ray of Insomnia, but I would like a 4K release of that one. I think it would look good. Yeah, the 4K player does make a difference. It really does. I have an Oppo 203, but I also have a backup. I used to have a no, I still have a Samsung. What is it? What is it? It's a Samsung 8. No, I don't know. It's like 5 years old. It was like one of the first 4K players. That thing compared to an Oppo is not even close. And I also have a backup of an LG. Was it 970? So for another TV, and I've done some A and B comparisons. You can definitely tell the difference. What's up, Tony? What's going on, man? Jason Goes to Hell, Tower of Terror, nice. I do like Happy Death Day. The sequel is a little too silly for me. It became too self-aware. There's some major problems I have with the sequel, but I rewatched it again, and it's not as horrible as I remember it, but it's still not as cool as the first one. I like the first one a lot more. Another one that didn't get a 4K. It sucks. Yeah, that I have my eye on that panty because like when you have a 4K player or a Blu-ray player, and you kind of get that sense that it might be kind of dying a little bit. I don't know. I'm getting weird vibes from my Oppo. I know they're not making them anymore, so I might go into that panty, the newest one, because when it does die, I want to have a backup right away. I don't want to be like, oh my God, I need a new player. I can always hook up my LG if I need to, but I've been hearing such good things about the new Panasonic. I really want to test it out and maybe do a review for the channel. Yeah, I know it's pricey as hell. Yeah, the Oppo is a surprising and well-made machine, and it looks fantastic. I don't know. I'm starting to get like, oh God, what was it I watched just the other day? I got a freeze on something. Um, God, what movie was it that I watched? Oh, Dunkirk. I watched a double of Darkest Hour and Dunkirk about a week and a half ago, and I got a bad freeze on Dunkirk, and the disc is fine because I played it through my LG and it was fine, but I don't know. It might be starting to kind of. Turbo Kid in a post-op coming. No, I haven't seen Turbo Kid. What video games do you play? I'm all about open world stuff. I still play Fallout 4. I still play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I put like hundreds of hours into both. Um, let's see. I'm looking to get into Borderlands 3 and may pick it up tomorrow. I want something new. Outer Worlds is coming out at the end of October. I'm really anxious about. And of course, Cyberpunk coming out next year. So mostly open world stuff. I like good story. I'm not much for side scrolling anymore. I used to like when I was younger. But if it's an open world, anything like Elder Scrolls, that kind of thing, I'm all about it. Is Turbo Kid an actual movie? Like, what is that, like on Netflix or something? Oh yeah, Star Wars Fallen Order. I cannot friggin' wait for that. I am excited beyond belief for that. Just the fact that we can customize our own lightsaber is amazing. I'm trying to do more reviews on obscure stuff. I started doing like TV shows, because once Disney Plus hits, Apple starting, and Netflix and all that, it's just I'm trying to broaden the channel a little bit, but keep it focused on movie stuff. And I'm really trying to do more, branch out a little bit more, but keep it within the same parameters. The Avengers game I'm really excited about. As far as remakes go, like Final Fantasy VII, I used to be the hugest Final Fantasy guy. And it's, I appreciate remakes, but I don't necessarily want to go back to them. I've done that a few times. One of them was a Final Fantasy remake, but I don't know. I just don't get that much enjoyment out of them anymore. They're cool to look at and kind of like, oh, I remember this, but I don't know. I just I try to get into new stuff. I cannot wait for Avengers game. Just I want the amount of customization to really bring me into that, because the gameplay looks fine, but I just want, I want customization of the characters, and I don't want to be stuck with like the same characters. I know they're adding more, that's part of the plan, but I really want some good customization in Avengers. I can't wait. We gotta wait like till May, I think, for that one. I saw The Babysitter on Netflix. I liked it. I think one of the actresses was in something recently I saw. She was really good in. As far as the direction of Assassin's Creed, I like the new direction. I I would try to kind of maybe make more of a balance between the history and what they're doing as far as gameplay mechanics. I think um, I enjoyed Origins a lot, and I liked Odyssey a ton. So I put so much time. I'm still kind of picking at Odyssey. I've already completed the game once. I've done all the DLC, and I started a new game plus, but I'm taking my time on it. I'm just like, I'm not in any rush. If I feel like playing it, I'll play it. Was it Ready or Not? I think you're right. I think it was Ready or Not. Yeah, it was good. I like that one a lot. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. The I have the extended extended box set of the Fellowship and Return of the King and Two Towers Return of the King, and of course I have the Hobbits. I have those also in the extended versions, and I'm currently trying to be cheap and get the extended versions in 3D. I have the first Hobbit, um, and then I need the next two in 3D on Blu-ray. But I love Lord of the Rings. As far as the TV show coming up on Amazon, that's a wait and see. Um, are you planning on any specials, watching, or videos for October? Yeah, I'm gonna come up with my Halloween list pretty soon. It's probably going to be in the first week of October, so I'm going to definitely be doing some Halloween stuff there, and I'm also going to be reviewing some blind buy horror titles, at least two or three. So I'm going to do my watch list and then my blind buy stuff. October's going to be fun. I can't wait. Is my collection only what you have behind you, or do you have motherload in another room? No, behind me is my 4K stuff. Right over here is all my Blu-ray and 3D. So you can't see that. Here, I'll just turn it for you real quick if you guys want to see. That is all my Blu-ray stuff right there. Just, that kind of thing. So that is currently what I got. How many movies do I have? According to the My Movies app, it's like 1,033, including everything. I'm just shy of 400 on the 4Ks, and the rest are Blu-ray 3D. I still watch 3D. Now, when I Watch 3D, obviously, I can't watch it on the LG the new LG, because they don't support 3D anymore. So when I watch a film, I watch it through the VR. Unfortunately, that's the only way I can watch it like a film. I have a TV for reviewing purposes in the other room. That's my Sony 850C. So when I do reviews for the channel, that's like with the glasses. That's I do that all in the other room. But when I watch just for fun or just at home, I use the VR headset because I have that hooked up through the surround sound, so I get all the proper surround sound through the speakers. Let's see how many. Okay, nice. Thank you guys. Thank you. Don't really. I used to collect those big bastard like sideshow collectible statues like a long time ago. I still may get back into that, but I just collect a little stuff like Marvel Gallery stuff right now. Trying to find my collecting spirit animal again. I'm actually going to New York Comic Con in 2 weeks, so I may pick up something there a little more valuable. But yeah, I like little collectible type things, movies. Yeah, they should re-release Friday the 13th with the new 3D technology. Yeah, it's a shame what's happening with that lawsuit for those films. It sucks. Do you think physical copies will go up in value once everything goes digital? I would say so. Um, See, it's like everything goes up in price, but I think we're still going to have physical copies for a very foreseeable future. It's funny. Every once in a while, I'll read an article or I'll see a commentator saying like, "Oh no, it's the end of physical media. It's the end of physical media." I don't think that's truth at all. It's. I think it's going to be more focused, if that makes any sense. I don't think it'll be. We got stores like Target that are downsizing their 4K or Blu-rays and all that stuff. So they're going to focus on maybe more new releases. Walmart seems to be not really changing what they're doing yet. Like they seem to be doing what they're doing. And Best Buy has narrowed down their stuff as well. I don't think it'll go away in stores, and I don't think if it does, it's not going to be for a long time. I think we'll still be able to get discs for a very, very long time. Do I have any kids? I do. I have a daughter. She's getting ready to turn 13. Looking forward to getting the new Spider-Man 4K. Yeah, I mean, despite all the politics going on with Sony and Marvel, they know how to put out a good 4K disc. So this thing is going to look amazing. It's only about, what, 2 weeks away? October 1st? Oh, another busy day. I know we get like Frozen. I know the rest of the Marvel movies hit 4K. There's a bunch coming out that day. This is like September 10th again. And then, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, that 1st of November, we got a whole, like the 5th, I believe, of November, we got a whole bunch coming out that week. Excuse me. And then I believe we're getting the last of the Pixar dump on the first week of December. Did you guys get anything September 10th? What was your major purchase this month? I know, Shining. I cannot wait for that. I am going to be. I'm more excited to review that movie, I think, than most movies so far in the last couple months. I know I was excited for like Avengers Endgame, but I want to really see The Shining in 4K. I bet it looks amazing. Chucky 7 movie collection. I've only seen of the original Chucky films. I've only seen, I think, the up until Bride of Chucky. I never saw the ones after that because they got progressively worse. I know. I think what was the last one? Seed of Chucky or Cult of Chucky? I think it was Cult. I like the Paranormal Activity movies. I even like that spinoff they did. Um, I know they kind of got a little ridiculous with the whole Xbox Connect thing, but I like the first. I would say the first three are really solid. Oh, it's fun to hate on movies that are kind of what are they? Kind of have a gimmick to it. I mean, let's be honest. The Paranormal Activities are a gimmick kind of movie, but they're still cool to watch. They're creepy. They're interesting, and I know they get a little weird with the whole family cult thing, but I don't know. I like them. They're fun. What are some of my wish lists for 4K catalog releases? Like movies that haven't put out yet. Oh, jeez, I got like 50 of those. Um, I did a video earlier this year about that, and I think three of them kind of came true. But I want to see, like, The Abyss director's cut in 4K. I want to see a proper Terminator 2 director's cut in 4K. There's just a couple James Cameron things. True Lies. There's a lot of movies in 4K that I would like in 4K, and I think we'll get most of them eventually. But I'm going to probably do an updated video on that. What 4K looks best to you? Well, I'm glad you asked because I'm going to be doing a video of that. It's going to be released tomorrow. I've actually gotten a few people ask me what 4K discs should I recommend for first-time adopters of the format, like people that just got a 4K player or TV and they want to know what's a good disc. So I have a video up that's going to be going up tomorrow. Top 10 starter 4K discs. So those are going to include best looking, sounding, all that stuff. So just look for that tomorrow. Aren't horror movies to some extent some gimmick? Yeah, they're all gimmick. But they're still fun though. It's but the gimmick in this case is being like the found footage, or not the found footage, but the camera stuff. And I think like the Blair Witch Project also, was the same thing. But I think that kind of got more of a pass because of some originality to a degree. But when you have like five paranormal type movies and they're all doing the same thing, kind of, I think that's when like the jokes start happening. People start talking down about it. Aquaman's awesome. I've seen Dumb and Dumber. That's one of my favorites, actually. Blade Runner 2049. You think it'll be on the list? Stay tuned. I'll check out Turbo Kid. You got me curious. I want to check that out. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what kind of going on. Yeah, the second Dumb and Dumber is terrible, and I've never even seen the first Paul Blart, but I can imagine Paul Blart 2 would be god awful. Thank you, Henry. What are the best must-watch but underrated animated films? Oh, that sounds like a video coming. Thoughts on the Dark Knight trilogy? I have some. um, I like them, but I don't know. I don't think I'll say it. I don't think the Dark Knight is the best movie of all time. I like it a lot. I think it's shot gorgeous. I think it's a good story. I just always had a problem with that last 30 minutes. It's the whole, using cell phones kind of thing. And I think you could have cut out the whole, the two fairy thing. But I don't know. I would keep that. No, but the whole where he's wearing the goggles type thing. I don't know. I always loved the movie up until the third act, and then it just kind of just. But I like the Dark Knight trilogy a lot. I like Batman Begins. I think that's an excellent film. The Dark Knight Rises is just guilty of having to kind of come up with something different because Heath Ledger passed away. I would have loved to have seen that movie where if Heath Ledger was alive and they made that movie, it would have been completely different. I know Nolan's gone on interviews saying not much would have changed, but I think something would have changed in that. I think it would have made it. I mean, Tom Hardy's excellent as Bane. Honestly, I think he's really good, but they're good films and they look great on 4K. Thought on Joker. Talking about the new movie. I'm anxious to see it. I'm definitely gonna be reviewing it. So I can't, I beyond what I've seen, I don't know. I'm excited to see it. So hopefully it's good. Yeah, they look great on 4K. Nolan's kind of like he's one of those directors. He's very hands on with the transfers. We only get 5.1 surround sound because that's his preferred thing. Even Dunkirk got 5.1. Oh, excuse me, but it sounds amazing. You're not missing out. But it's like that 5.1 is great, and the picture quality is just stunning. Especially if they include all the IMAX scenes too. That's really cool. Back to the Future. Yeah, somebody asked earlier if I had a wish list, 4K. That is, I would say, number one or two is the Back to the Future trilogy in 4K. That needs to happen. I want that so bad. It's absolutely, I think, almost a flawless trilogy. That was another video I was thinking of doing, like flawless trilogies, and then I was like really having trouble coming up with them. John Wick, I feel missed it by that much. I think as a trilogy, it's a good trilogy, but it's not a perfect one. And because three had a overlong climax, and it just kind of tripped over the finish line. It's still a good movie, but it missed perfect trilogy status. But Back to the Future, I want that on 4K, bad. Lord of the Rings, yeah, Lord of the Rings, I would say is a perfect trilogy. Not The Hobbit. Hobbit is okay, but the original Lord of the Rings is absolutely a perfect trilogy. Extended cuts, of course. Yeah. Who's excited for the new Batman, Robert Pattinson? This is very wait and see territory for me, and it also is going to be a wait and see on how DC's handling their comic book movies. Do I buy movies on eBay? On rare occasion. I get all my new stuff from those retail stores. I just found eBay to be a little unreliable as far as new releases go. But I'm still looking for a bunch of stuff as far as Blu-ray goes. So occasionally I'll wander over to eBay to see what they got. But they're a lot of times they're kind of overpriced in my opinion. I understand they got to make a profit and that sort of thing, but the last movie I got on eBay was the Lego Movie 3D, the first one, and that was only like 6 months ago. Somebody had it for like $8 or something. It was really crazy. Do I have any pets? I have two dogs. They are currently upstairs, hopefully not killing each other. No, they're great. They're both upstairs. Occasionally I post pictures with them on my Instagram. Uh, they're cute as hell, but they're just I can never have them. Like when I was first recording, when I first started my channel, I tried keeping the one with me, but then it was like constantly her face was like, you know, trying to like get up here and everything. So I just kept her upstairs. Then we got her sister about we got her in January of this year. So I keep them both upstairs. They're both amazing. Yes, there's going to be a John Wick 4, and yes, Michael Keaton is the best Batman. Who do you watch review movies? No, I don't understand. What do you mean? No, John Wick 3, I had no problem with that movie until the climax. You know, they had one boss fight too many and it just went on too long. If you took that whole sequence out and kept just like the one of the boss fights, you know, the one the main guy, I probably would say it's on par with part two. As it stands right now, my favorite is part two, one, and then three. T-shirts, I get a lot of those various places. T Public, FYE, Target. Let's see what else. Graffiti designs. There's like 6, 7 places are my go-to, and I got a really cool new shirt the other day. I put it on my Instagram. It's I speak fluent movie quotes, so you know I try to get new stuff all the time. Um, what are their names? Something comic book. Oh, dog names. Actually, not comic book. My oldest is 2, and her name's Elsa. Obviously, you can figure out where that's from. And then the newest pup we got is her name is Sally, and got that from Nightmare Before Christmas. PSVR is such a hidden gem for 3DS. Do you agree? Oh yeah, yeah. I use my PSVR for all my watching on 3D. It's not the quality's not as great as a 1080p image. It gets close, but I have a feeling that's going to change with the new PSVR for PlayStation 5. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll look great. Like Jeremy. Do you think Disney put all the Star Wars movies on 4K? Yes, next year that is going to happen. They're waiting for Rise of Skywalker to be in theaters. When they announce the 4K release, there will be a box set. All the films are coming out. I'm 100% certain of it. I think we're getting everything next year. Robert Pattinson, a fair chance as Batman. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see. I wasn't one of those people who was like, no. You know, I was kind of like that with Affleck. Like when Affleck got announced as the new Batman, I was like, really? But Pattinson, I'm just gonna wait and see on that one. Um, yeah, no, I know Stuckman and Jeremy. I've seen their stuff. I like Stuckman a lot. I haven't seen as much as Jeremy, so I don't really have an opinion yet on them. But you know, they're cool. You know, I like them. I think I'm subscribed to Stuckman. Um, like I think he just did 10 years. Like it was like 10 years he just celebrated. I think over on his channel. Pinocchio. I would love to start seeing some more Disney classics on 4K. Do I run out of money when you go shopping week one, or do you wait for prices to go down? No, new releases I try to get the week they come out. I try to, of course, get the best price for them. Now I have a whole list of catalog stuff that back in 2012 I had to sell a lot of my collection, unfortunately. So I'm still kind of building that collection back up, but then I'm also trying to like, okay, what's going to come out on 4K? I don't want to buy something on Blu-ray catalog wise if I think it's going to be on 4K in a year or two. So it's like kind of a weird balance. Like right now I have a Blu-ray list of about 125 Blu-rays I'm still looking to get back. And I would say about 30% of them, I'm like, there could be 4Ks coming for that, so hold off. I try to get best prices on those, but new releases I always get every week. Favorite 4K steelbook? I still think I still think Infinity War has an amazing steelbook. I like that. You know, with the Thanos and the Gauntlet, the one like right over here. But I'm gonna do at the end of the year a top 10 steelbooks of 2019. So I'm looking forward to that one. I did one. I did one last year, I believe. So, am I buying Gremlins on 4K? Absolutely. And I've got the steelbook on order for that one. That's an October 1st title. You got Shining, Gremlins, all the last Marvel stuff. That is going to be a heavy week. I cannot wait for Gremlins. That has been forever since I've seen that one. I don't think no. I did own the Blu-ray. I did own the Blu-ray for that one. So I'm excited to be seeing that in 4K. But I always felt the Blu-ray just kind of was too dark. So I'm kind of hoping the HDR balances that out. Titanic needs a 4K release. Yes, it does. And Cameron needs to like just, hey, I know the guy's busy. I know he's busy making 50 Avatar sequels that nobody asked for. But, you know, make your stuff in the catalog available in 4K. I want, as I said before, The Abyss, True Lies, a proper Terminator 2 remaster because the current 4K sucks. And you know, hey, Titanic. While we're at it, you know, let's see it. I bet that would look fantastic. It does look good in 3D though. Yeah, Lord of the Rings needs a 4K. I hope to God when they release that, it is not just the theatrical cuts. I don't want to wait like a decade for the extended cuts in 4K. I want those when you release the theatricals, release the extendeds. I'll be happy because those are movies I watch at least once a year. All three extended cuts of the Lord of the Rings, and I'm actually coming up on in October sometime. I'm going to sit down and watch all three of them again, and I want a 4K. I think those would look stunning. Don't jinx it. Um, Honestly, Terminator in 3D, I've never seen it. I've seen Titanic in 3D. I think it looks good. I believe that was also a post conversion, if I'm not mistaken. You never, Ryan, come on, man, get on that. Go see Lord of the Rings. No, Avatar would need a 4K. That's another one. All the Cameron films need it. I don't know what's going on over there. It's the funniest movie I've ever seen. Uh, let's see. I would say Airplane, Blazing Saddles, and what would be Spaceballs? I think would be my top three funniest movies I've ever seen. I love all three of those. I could watch them on a continuous loop, no problem. Yeah, Harold and Kumar. I love Harold and Kumar. I like White Castle. I love White Castle. I love Christmas. I do not like Guantanamo Bay at all. I actually kind of hated that film. Oh, Three Amigos. Come on. Love Three Amigos. God. Now I kind of feel like watching that actually. Three Amigos. I might watch that after I'm done here. Amazing movie. Amazing. You son of a motherless goat. Yeah, Lord of the Rings Extended is a preferred view in my opinion. It's a long process. It's almost 10 hours of your life, but it's worth it. It really is. And especially if I I can never go back to the theatricals on that one. Like if they release the theatricals in 4K, I don't think I would buy them. Honestly, I would just keep the extendeds in Blu-ray and wait because I just can't go back knowing what I know is in those movies. Rob Roy has been that's been a while since I've seen that one. That has been a while. That is what's his name? Uh uh what's his name? Roth. He was an asshole in that movie. Like, just hated him. Hated that guy. Tim Roth. Tim Roth. Um, but he was like, if I had an all-time villains list, I would put him on that. He was so good. I love Tim Roth as an actor. I love him. Um, but in that movie, he was such a dick. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas in 4K, amazing. 3D looks great too. Yeah, extendeds, Lord of the Rings, no questions asked. Yeah, we need more of the classics. Apparently, Lawrence of Arabia is coming out next year. I'm hearing June. That's going to be hitting 4K. I would love a Spartacus, Ten Commandments, Gone with the Wind. Wizard of Oz is getting ready to come out. So I think that is coming. Like the older, like big classics are coming. I've been wanting to rewatch Gone with the Wind for about a year. And I know the second I break out my Blu ray, they're going to be like, no, it's coming. It's coming. And I'm like, great. Awesome. My wish list for the next 4K. I'm going to do a video on that very soon. I did one earlier this year about what I like, from a year ago. I'm going to try to do that like once a year, but I would say definitely Lord of the Rings, Back to the Future. Those are my main wish list. Jaws on 4K, yeah, absolutely. That is going to happen. Anybody know if we got an anniversary on that coming up? I know, well, obviously every year is an anniversary, but as I said, usually they save it for the big ones. So if we got like a 5 or a 0 attached to that year, then we might be in luck for that. I think it was what, 77 for Jaws, so might be waiting a couple years for that. Shout out to Leeds, England. What's going on, mates? I hope if they do these movies in 4K, the audio should be in Dolby Atmos. Yeah, I'm more of an Atmos guy when they do it right. DTSX is okay. It's actually pretty good when you got like Fast and Furious movies, but Universal seems to be the only studio that's really backing that horse. So, Tropic Thunder, yes. Tropic Thunder, I love that movie. The C9 is doing really, really good. I'm running it through its paces. A lot of streaming content testing. I've been doing, actually, that was what I was doing a lot this week, was getting my settings right for the Apple TV. It's pretty good. It's really good. But yeah, I watched a whole bunch of stuff. Ran into some minor issues with a couple like 24 FPS films like Dunkirk and Darkest Hour, but that's what you do. Like you just gotta like get all your testing in. You gotta make some adjustments. I'm gonna get it professionally calibrated. I'm thinking first of the year I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do it in December, but I'm going on vacation, and with the holidays, I don't want to like add something to that. So I think the first of the year I'm gonna get it professionally calibrated. But it's a great TV. I love it. I actually absolutely love that TV. We need a bigger disc. 80s top picks. Oh geez. I don't know. That's a hard question. I wouldn't mind honestly seeing like some like Coming to America. Oh, Coming to America. Oh, come on. All right, going back to that question, another top. If I had a top three, that would be my number four is Coming to America. Absolutely love that movie as far as comedies go. God, the 80s had some of the best, didn't they? Like, really? The comedies? Awesome. What are my thoughts on the new Vizio P Series Quantum? I don't know. I haven't demoed it yet. Breakfast Club, very unpopular opinion, but I don't like that movie. I really don't. All right, it's not that I don't like it. It's like one of those I've seen like twice, and I feel like I never have to watch it again. Now, I will say it has an amazing soundtrack, and I do own the soundtrack to that. Trading Places, yeah, that's awesome. I have seen Cobra Kai season one. I'm so far behind on my TV right now, but I'm really anxious to get into season two, even though I heard it wasn't as good. But I like Cobra Kai a lot. I'm excited for Last Christmas in November. Yeah, I'm anxious to check it out. I got some. I'm trying to think. I'm just actually getting through season one of The Terror, and like I think I have two more shows I want to get to, and then I'm going to jump into Cobra Kai season two. Big Trouble in Little China in 4K. Honestly, I think all the John Carpenter films need to be in 4K. I know they released a bunch overseas, and I would love to get my hands on The Fog. Okay, let's do a John Carpenter wish list for 4K. For me, The Fog, The Thing, Escape from New York, obviously. I would say those would be my top three. What else? Big Trouble in Little China, and what would be another good Carpenter movie? What do you guys think? Ghost of Mars, I would love to see on 4K. I think the Blu-ray never really looked good to me. Prince of Darkness. God, I haven't seen that in a while. Thanks, man. Can't believe I hit 2K subscribers. That's awesome. That is really awesome. They Live, yeah. Who is it? Like Arrow or Shout Factory has that one, and I keep like wanting to pull the trigger on it. I don't know. Yeah, I would get that. Roddy Piper and They Live, I love it. Escape from LA, not a fan. That was probably the first movie I thought that Carpenter was starting to lose his touch. I'll be honest. It's not horrible. It's just not great. Masters of the Universe. Oh man, I saw that in theaters. Oh, it is absolutely pure cheese. Escape from LA. Hell Comes to Frogtown. Yeah, I saw that. What's my favorite thriller? Oh, jeez. Uh, that's a tough one. Yeah, Jason, man, I'm right there with you. In fact, I'm gonna do that right after the stream, but it's probably not gonna be anything like heavy. It's gonna be Three Amigos. That's what I'm watching. Yeah, I knew the director of Soldier said it was kind of what he said was it was a side quill of Blade Runner, and I was like, sure, okay. And I think I read something that Ridley Scott was like, what did he say? Like, it was just kind of funny, but sure. You know what? Why not? But that would look good in 4K also. Kurt Russell was good in that. The Game with Michael Douglas. Yeah, I've got the Criterion of the Game, but I would like a 4K. Tron in 4K, yes, and I would even say Tron Legacy definitely should get a 4K. What's the very worst ending you've seen in a flick and why? Worst ending I've seen in a flick. You know what? I know I have an answer for that, but for some reason I can't think of it. I know I have an answer for that. I'll think about it. I'll let you know. Thoughts on Hitchcock? I am a huge Hitchcock fan. I have several of his films on Criterion, and I love Hitchcock stuff. Honestly, if I could do somehow like a series of Hitchcock films, but that they are readily available on Blu-ray, I would probably do it. Like I would do like I did with Avengers Endgame. I did like a countdown for all the films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If I had discs of every single Hitchcock film, I would do a series. I absolutely would do that. Let's see. The Abyss is absolutely a very underrated movie. It is my top pick for a 4K release. Hopefully we get it. Favorite Twilight Zone episode? Oh geez, that's hard. And it's hard because I don't remember a lot of the names. I know the episodes. I just don't have a whole lot of the names in my head. God, I miss that show. And it's funny because I always get nostalgic when I go to Walt Disney World and I see Tower of Terror, and I'm like, oh, you know, like I go in there and I'm like, love Twilight Zone. I have not seen the new Jordan Peele produced one. I'm hearing mixed things on it. I'm not really running out to go see it, but if I'll probably catch it at some point. Yeah, Criterion sales at Barnes and Noble are twice a year. They are typically July and into the first week of August, and they're going to do another one at the end of October or early November. And that is when I'm going to get that Godzilla box set that is coming out on October 29th. It's got all the Toho Godzilla films, and I think it retails for like $180 or something. So when you get 50% off and then another discount on top of that, if you're a member, hopefully I'm only going to pay like $75 for that box set, and I will just run with my credit card to that. But yeah, so November should be the next one. Game of Thrones Season 8. Do I have Star Wars? Yeah, I've got all the films on Blu-ray, and then I have Last Jedi on 4K and Solo on 4K. And Indiana Jones. Why is nobody even saying Indiana Jones? We need that on 4K, like bad. You know the three films because they made no other films after the first three. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The 1990. I would like a 4K of that. I would get it. Sequel, not so much, but I would get the first one. Seven Samurai on Criterion. Yeah, I have that one. It's excellent. And actually, my friends and I were at the Disney Magic Hour. Don't ask me how this is connected, but we are going to be covering the Seven Samurai. Now, so with the Mandalorian coming out, we're going to be doing influences on what the Mandalorian, you know, as far as the show goes. And a lot of those involve Westerns and samurai films. So we're going to be covering Seven Samurai in about a month. Oh, if we're talking worst ending in a TV show, I've got a list for you there. Game of Thrones being one of them. Dexter probably was another one. Ran. Oh man, that one needs a Criterion too. Like Ran. I know another company has that one out, which I still need that actually. By the way. No, I haven't gotten Zombieland or Gremlins 4K early. I'm still not a big enough channel to start asking for freebies from studios. It's like, I don't know, probably maybe around 5 or 10K. If I hit subscriber mark, I can start getting early copies. I would love to do early copies for you guys. Do reviews and stuff. But unfortunately, I have to get them, on release day right now. Sopranos. I Sopranos, great show. I had a problem with the ending, but I have since made peace with it. Well, Shawshank Redemption. So they're getting ready to re-release it remastered, I believe, in 4K in theaters. I would not be surprised at all if that is a 2020 4K release. I think it's coming. That needs a 4K because I love that movie. It's really good. I like Ghostbusters in 4K. Honestly, I'm not a fan of Labyrinth, so I don't know how that looks. But I do. I think Ghostbusters looks great. I think it looks really good. I would love a Tremors in 4K. I love that movie. I'll be honest. I haven't seen the sequels because they got progressively dumber apparently. But the first one, I still watched that one. I actually did not. It was maybe about 6 months ago or something. I popped in Tremors. And it holds up. It really does. My favorite scene is when Michael Gross and Reba McTire are in the basement and they're like there's like all these guns. I love that sequence. In fact, I don't think it went on long enough. I think like it was awesome. I love that scene. How often do I clean my discs? I guess when I take a look, if I see a smudge or something, then I'll clean them. I always look at them after I put them in, or take them out rather. So I clean them. Lost Boys 4K. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Why not? Goonies is another one I would like in 4K. I think we should get that one, hopefully sooner rather than later. Man, you have no idea how much Green Lantern broke my heart. Like I am such a Green Lantern fan, and just like the movie was not terrible. I think Mark Strong made an excellent Sinestro, but it's not a good look for Ryan Reynolds. I don't think. I'll have to check out that new Michael C. Hall thing. Looks interesting. Flight of the Navigator. Oh man, I think that's going to be on Disney Plus if I'm not mistaken. But I would like a new. I know didn't they just re-release a Blu-ray scan of that somewhere? I don't think it was here. I think it was maybe in the UK. I think we're going to get Beetlejuice and both Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas. Um, Nightmare Before Christmas is like an instant money thing, so they're definitely going to make money off that. I think we're gonna. I mean, look, we're getting a huge Disney 4K dump. The last couple of months, September, October, November, and I think December, we're getting more. I think next year we're going to see more of movies like that in 4K. It's happening. It's just slower than we'd like, but I think that also had to do with manufacturing issues too. I know a lot of studios are like there was only like one manufacturing plant or something that was producing these 4Ks, and I think they upped that since then. So I'm hoping we get more, and I'd love to see both of those actually in 4K. Do I have the Halloween collection? I do not. I have the first one in 4K, the new one in 4K against my better judgment. I used to have two. I saw actually no, I have three, which let's talk about that later. But I like two, but I never really liked it when they started getting into that weird mythology with the films. I've seen them all. I've even seen the last two they did with Jamie Lee. Besides the the thing they did recently, but no, I don't have like a box set or anything. Cool World in 4K, really? Seriously, that one in 4K? Before we even talk about Cool World in 4K, I want a Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 4K. Then you can give me Cool World. Funny thing about Friday the 13th. Uh, my wife does not like horror movies, but I somehow got her roped into watching these with me. And so the deal is now that every Friday the 13th we'll watch a new one with her. So we just got done two, and I think in December we're going to do part three. Now, if I can get her to wear the damn 3D glasses, that would be something. I would love a Fantasia 2000. I would love both Fantasias in 4K. Really? Jason Takes Manhattan is the best one? Okay, sure. I love the movie poster for that one, though. I thought that was badass. Yes, I was a fan of Dukes of Hazzard, the show. The movies, not so much, but I did like the show a lot. Did I see the new Rambo trailer? You mean the movie that just came out? Yeah, I saw it. It's great. Donnie Brasco. I like Donnie Brasco, but it doesn't have a lot of rewatchability for some reason for me. If they put it out on 4K, I would get it, and maybe it's been like 5 years since I've seen it, so maybe it'll sit a little better. But that's just one of those I've seen like once or twice, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. The first two SpongeBob movies in 4K. No, I've seen the trailers for Rambo Last Blood, um, but I just saw the movie yesterday, so probably won't have to see the trailer again, I guess. But guys, what are you looking forward to for the rest of the year as far as movies go? I know Joker's an easy one, Doctor Sleep. What else are you guys looking forward to? I think I'm looking forward to those two, and I'm looking forward to the new Jumanji. I bet another trailer drops for that fairly soon. We're getting into that time period where it's like you gotta now do your second trailer for that. Star Wars, obviously. Come on. I'm hoping they do because I went to see it Chapter Two in 4DX. I'm really hoping Star Wars Rise of Skywalker has a 4DX because I will absolutely see it with the 4DX, and I'll see it in IMAX and I'll see it in 3D and blah blah blah. Get all those different ones. The sequel to ET. Sequel to ET. Maybe, sure. What's my TV and audio setup? If you go to one of my videos, it gives you the complete rundown of everything that I have audio-wise, but the TV, I just got an LG C9 65. I was coming off an LG B7A 55-inch. Audio's, all my audio stuff and everything is in the description on the video, so go ahead and check that out. Yeah, I don't know. I keep hearing rumors that they are going to do the theatrical Star Wars movies with the release next year. I don't know. I've heard that yeah, that's going to happen. I've heard no, it's never going to happen. I don't know. I would love it because I think I still have my Laserdisc somewhere, I believe, of the original trilogy. Oh, that's going to happen. Beauty and the Beast will absolutely be getting a 4K release. Come on, I can see the Disney marketing right now. They just did Aladdin, so the live action and the animated both got 4Ks. So I would say maybe even December, when the Pixar stuff gets released, I believe. I think we're definitely going to get those two in 4K. I think the live action and the animated are coming 4K. I think, yeah, come in. Everything else seems to have already, they've done Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, so it's coming. In my opinion, what do I think of the best looking 4K movie that you've seen? Look for tomorrow. I have a video coming out. I already recorded it. I don't want to say what it is, but I recorded the 10 best looking and audio wise starter 4Ks because I've had people ask me numerous times, what if I'm getting started in 4K? What are the best looking discs I can get? And I have a complete list. The video is being released tomorrow for that one. Also, my review for Villains will be out tomorrow. Kong versus Godzilla trailer. I hope that trailer comes before the end of the year, but they might play that one a little close to the vest. I would imagine it's probably going to be hit December when Star Wars and Jumanji come out. I'd be very surprised if they didn't release one by then, but I think that's when we get in that trailer. Have I seen Barry on HBO with Bill Hader? I've seen season one. It's really good. I need to get to season two. It's sitting on my DVR. Yeah, October 1st and November 5th are both going to suck. Uh, September 10th was just kind of, getting us ready, but there's a lot coming out on October 1st, and November 5th is starting to look pretty bad too. Beard, oil, or natural? It's natural. Top three black and white movies. Oh, come on. You know what? That's a video. I'm going to do a video on that. It's not going to be necessarily Blu-ray disc related, but I think that's a worthy video because I could do a top 10 all day long on classic black and white stuff. I think Godfather's happening next year, 4K. That's what I've heard. Original Star Wars pre-enhanced versus enhanced. Pre-enhanced. I don't like. I don't like what they did with the digital stuff, but I would like the option. I think that's at the end of the day would be good for consumers. Give us the originals and then the special editions. I think it's very consumer friendly and you make everybody happy. Godzilla 2014, next year, I guess, tie in with Kong. Poltergeist trilogy in 4K. Oh man, that would be awesome. I'm more of a fan of the first two. The third one I thought was a little off the rails, not in a great way. But damn, I would love that. Poltergeist is the only movie today, like today, that still scares me as far as watching that movie. I've seen horror movies all the time, and that's the only movie that still creeps me out to a crazy degree today. Is that first Poltergeist movie? You know what? I've seen Phantasm numerous times. I've never seen Phantasm 2. That seems to be like I really should see that. Flash Gordon. Oh man. You know, it's funny, like, I've seen that so many times as a kid, but I don't think I've ever seen that as an adult. Airplane. You know, I would, it's in my top three comedies, and I would love a 4K, but I don't hold my breath for that one. I think a lot of studios don't go for comedies in 4K, even classic ones. You know, those are the look. You know, if you want to know if you should hold on to your Blu-rays or not, anything comedy or horror related, hold on to them because you probably never getting a 4K on that stuff. It would be 4K digital before it ever shows up on disc, which is a shame. I just saw that Spaceballs was 4K and Dolby Vision on iTunes. I'm like, what? Young Frankenstein is amazing. Love that. Now I got the damn song in my head, putting on the Ritz. You're gonna decorate your movie room for Halloween. I put lights up sometimes. I did a little bit for Christmas last year. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something for Halloween. I really got to get that stuff out and get a few things at the store. Best post-apocalyptic movie like The Road or The Book of Eli. I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough one. Uh, any biggest dream movies to get 4K release? Tons, tons. Back to the Future trilogy, The Abyss, anything James Cameron, Lawrence of Arabia. I know that's coming next year. Just there's a list. I'm going to be doing my. I did one earlier this year, but I'm going to do another top 10 wish list for 4K, probably in December. Jason and the Argonauts in 4K. Oh my god, I would love to see that. That Jason and the Argonauts was my dad's favorite movie. Like his all-time favorite movie was Jason and the Argonauts. He loved that movie. I wish he was alive to see 4K technology. He would have loved it. Warner release proper release. If Looks Could Kill with Richard Grieco. Did they ever put a Blu-ray out of If Looks Could Kill? I'm gonna say they didn't. I would watch Scream in 4K. At least the first two. I didn't like the third one or the fourth. If you wouldn't mind me asking, what do you do with your digital codes that comes with all your Blu-rays, and what do you think there's a market for selling those? There's absolutely a market for selling those. What I do with them, I cash them in now because a lot of times, you know, it's like I try to keep my digital collection, you know, obviously for an emergency situation. Like the other day, power went out, and you know, if I have stuff downloaded digitally, we could watch it. And it's just for that kind of thing, or if we're going on an airplane. Like we travel a lot, like my wife and I. So that's really the only reason I would have them. And also, in case family members, that kind of thing, would want to watch something. But yeah, you could sell them. Typically, Blu-ray codes go between $5 and $6. You could sell them like on like Blu-ray.com, that sort of thing. Also, Facebook groups do it. I would say $10 is probably a good asking price for a 4K code. And Disney, anything Disney, you could probably get about $12, $13 for it. Let's see. They don't have any Dexter Funkos. I find that hard to believe that they haven't done Dexter yet. That's weird. Fox is going to start broadcasting Thursday Night Football in 4Ks. Really? I may have to watch that. Like, you remember how long it took, like, all these cable companies and stuff to, like, even do HD? A lot of them still don't have channels. Like, there's still a whole list of channels that don't do HD. 4K is like, forget about it, you know? I how's it going, Aaron? I like the Naked Gun movies. I like the first two. Third one, I seem to have a problem with thirds in a lot of movies. I don't know. I like the first two a lot. Uh, I like Leslie Nielsen, of course, from Airplane and that sort of thing. And I think he was one of the best parts of that movie. But yeah, no, I like the first two. By the way, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and everything. It just means so much to me that you guys just enjoy what I do, and I really appreciate it. And you guys are the best, really. Whenever a new release happens for a film that you already have on Blue, what do you do with the old Blu-ray? I set them aside, and then about twice a year, I go to FYE or a pawn store and just sell them. It's just easier than trying to sell on eBay or anything like that. So I actually have like kind of a small pile that I keep in the shelf, and I think I'm kind of probably hit an FYE up. Last time I hit one up was in April, so maybe around November, December, I'll dump the ones I've got now. Thanks, Ryan. That means a lot, man. It's like that was one thing when I started this channel was I just wanted to be real because I could have done a topic on anything. And I could do a topic on, well, I love comic books. I don't think my passion would be there for comic books. Like I love them, but for me it's always been about movies. And if I can share that with you guys, that's just for me just what I like to do, and hopefully that comes across. That's important to me. I honestly wasn't sure anybody would show up for the live stream, to be honest. No, it's Saturday night. And that was really the best night I could do it because tomorrow night I record a podcast, so I do that on Sunday nights. And during the week, it's just kind of hit or miss with me. It's like usually try to hit the sack early, because like just so much to do throughout the day and week and everything. So I'm glad you guys could join me for Saturday night. It was a lot of fun. No, this is not my first live stream. I did a live stream during the red carpet of Avengers Endgame, just kind of sitting there, just talking about everything. That went on about 2 hours or so. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'd like to do more. I really would like to do these more. It's just finding the time to do them because, believe it or not, weekends are like the only time that I can just go, just kind of relax because, everything with work during the week, the channel, personal life, it's just, I get all that done in the week. And then on the weekend, it's like, I just want to relax. Like, I will absolutely be watching Watchmen when it comes to HBO. I will be reviewing it also for the channel. So I've started reviewing shows like Titans is the first one. I think Watchmen will probably be number two. Castle Rock will be another one. So when Disney Plus hits, I'll be doing a lot of those series, Mandalorian. So yeah, I will be reviewing Watchmen weekly. No problem, Guardian. That's why I'm here, man. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street in 4K. Yeah, I'd be down for that. If I could just at least get one, like the first one, I would be happy guy. I have the collection over there. Um, I might watch a couple of those this October for Halloween, but I would love at least the first one. Give me the first three. Give me the first three on 4K. I'd be happy. I used to do in my 20s. I used to do things like what you're doing, Ryan, about the 31 days of horror. That was like when you're younger, it's easier to do something like that, but it's I've since given up. I limit myself to like five. I can do five a month, and then I can. But it's like I miss those days. I remember one year I did all the Fridays, all the nightmares, and I think I did like most of Halloween's. I was exhausted at the end of that month. Ever stop a movie for being so bad? Yeah, actually, we did that last night. My wife and I were watching a movie on Hulu. No, excuse me. And it was bad. It was really bad. I think if I said the word, she would have stopped watching it because she was bored out of her. It was a movie about a teacher. It was on Hulu. It was about a teacher that seduces her student, and it was utter garbage. Like from just the start. Like there was no direction, characterization sucked, and it was just god awful. And I wanted to stick it out because I'm a guy and I'm kind of hoping to get some good, you know, naked scenes maybe, but we got something at least a little bit. But God, it was awful. It was awful. I think if I would have said, you know what, let's cut it, she would have done it. But yeah, I've stopped a few movies. Do you watch anime? No, but it's not for any other reason because it's like there's only so much I can take in. I mean I started out when I was younger. I started out with Robotech, and I absolutely loved Robotech. But just I think if I had all this like streaming technology, all this when I was a kid, I would have really gotten into anime because I was obsessed with that show. And because, this is the late 80s, early 90s, they didn't have that, so it was like trying to find that. And by that time, it was like my taste went on to other things. And then nowadays, I just never went back to it. But I appreciate anime. Occasionally, I'll dip my toe into something in that way. But yeah, just not something in my active, rotation. How does Beauty and the Beast look in 4K in 3D? I don't know. That is one of the 3D discs I do not have. That's on my wish list is to get the Beauty and the Beast 3D. I've got a whole list of 3D movies I still need to get, but I'm hoping to pick that up soon. I really want to see it in 3D. No, I haven't checked out Haunt yet. That is on my list. That is actually on my short list, so I'm going to be checking that out soon. I just actually rewatched The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance again. Man, that's so good. If you haven't checked that out, you should. It's really good. Um, like I think, I like to give Netflix a lot of crap, but they did a good job. If they put out quality stuff like The Dark Crystal, Haunting, Stranger Things, if they did that like times five even, they would be easily a rival to what other streaming services can provide. Like as far as like IP content, but it's just they put out so much crap though. Like, ugh. Yeah, man. Like audiobooks, I'm just getting ready to do. We're going. My wife and I are going on a road trip in December. I'm absolutely going to be doing the Count Dooku audiobook on that when we're driving because I that has been sitting in my queue for months now, and I just don't have the opportunity to listen to it. But when I'm on the road, I'm absolutely playing that. Stranger Things or Walking Dead? Oh, Stranger Things because I gave up on Walking Dead about a season ago. I watched up until pretty much they got rid of Rick. I know he's doing the movies, and I'll check those out. I was watching Fear of the Walking Dead. Gave up on that too. I don't care about the characters anymore. I think that's kind of one of the problems is they made it so I don't care about anybody, and they're making a third one. I probably won't check that out. Um, I did answer the anime question. I don't watch anime. It's just not something unfortunately I can put in my rotation because it's just, there's just so much I've got on my plate at the moment. I've seen the live action Death Note, but I haven't seen the anime it's based on. So maybe one day. I do have the Hunger Games. I actually do have them. You can see them. Yeah, I do have them on 4K. I like the first two a lot. I don't like the last two, but you got to complete the set, so they're relatively cheap. But I do like the first two of the Hunger Games. Yeah, Nick. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is getting a 4K, and apparently Inglorious Bastards and Pulp Fiction are also coming. So look for that announcement. I've heard the same thing. That Tarantino's not a huge fan of 4K. Anybody remember the days when Kevin Smith hated Blu-ray? I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, dude, embrace the new because these things look amazing. I can't wait to see all Tarantino films on 4K. I think they will look great. I even want some of the adjacent Tarantino stuff like True Romance, Natural Born Killers. I want all those on 4K. All right, Ryan, take it easy, man. Thanks for joining. I'm trying, Tony. I like conversation. You guys are giving me some good stuff to work with, so I'm probably going to hang it up at 9 though. But I would like to do another live stream. I won't wait till 3,000 subscribers to do another live stream. I'll do one sooner. Maybe I'll try to do it once a month. What do you guys think? Like once a month, do a live stream. Just sit there, talk movies, questions, whatever. That would be fun. I would enjoy that. Maybe we'll do like a Halloween. Ooh, you guys want to do a Halloween like thing? That'd be fun. Yeah, I would absolutely do that. Yeah, let me work on a date, and I'll let you guys know through the channel or through the community thing. But I'll definitely do something in October. Okay. Because honestly, like really, this is kind of like what I really want to do with the channel is like just more or less talk to you guys, like riff about movies and shows and that sort of thing. Like this to me is like the most fun. Just all this stuff is fun. Yeah, Ultraviolet and Movies Anywhere. Yeah, Ultraviolet. I don't know. Like, yeah, I agree. I think Movies Anywhere has a good interface, really good one. Ultraviolet seems stuck in like 5 years ago. No problem, Raph, man. I'm having fun. Ever see What We Do in the Shadows, the movie or show? Movie, yes. The show has been sitting on my DVR for months. I really want to get to it, and I'm getting to it. I'm currently watching The Terror. Catching up on that, and then I think there's one more show ahead of that one I'm going to get to. Then it's going to be What We Do in the Shadows because I want to get it for the October Halloween. I love the movie though. I love that movie. What sci-fi movies do I like? What sci-fi movies don't I like? That's probably one of my favorite genres. I like a lot of sci-fi. Yeah, I heard the show was good. I really want to get to it. It's just finding the time to sit down and get through it. But um, yeah, I'm absolutely going to be watching the show. I know movies anywhere. That's a weird thing with movies anywhere about the Paramount Lionsgate thing. I wish they would just get that settled. And I don't. I love how Lionsgate's like kind of like beating their chest about the whole thing. It's like, yeah, everybody else, screw them. But and Paramount, I can understand Paramount, but I think eventually Paramount and Lionsgate will cave on that. I love the original Blade Runner. Love it. I gotta watch the 4K again really soon. It's like I watch that about once every year or so, and I just like watching it a lot. Disney and Netflix parting ways. Disney wants their stuff, I mean, I'm already signed on for 3 years of the Disney Plus service. I got that special when they ran it for D23 members, and they want their content, and I know that's a huge discussion about exclusivity and that kind of thing, and we're entering a very weird period as far as streaming goes. But yeah, I mean, Netflix at the end of the day is going to have to kind of rebuild who they are as far as content goes, because with NBC pulling their content soon, a lot of their content, and other studios like Disney, they're going to have to be more original, and that's really 5 years from now. That's going to be very interesting to see where Netflix is. I very much doubt they're going to be as big as they are. I think they're going to take a hit. Do I think Shallows is a good shark movie? I like everything about the Shallows except for the end. I don't like the digital shark that they do. That whole sequence at the end where she's swimming to the buoy thing. No, just that kind of ruined the movie for me. But I liked it up until then. I really it really is not bad. It actually looks fantastic in 4K. What's up, JoJo? All right. Any last questions for everybody? I'm gonna sign off here at 9. But I had a lot of fun. I'm going to do it again in October. We'll do something Halloween related. Maybe we'll talk a lot about Halloween stuff. Um, yes, I think Disney Plus is going to be worth the investment as far as content goes. I think if you like Star Wars, Marvel, even some Disney stuff, I think it's worth it. The price is going to be good. Um, Thoughts on Apple TV hardware service? Um, TV. I like Apple TV. I have an Apple TV 4K. As far as the Apple TV service goes, uh, don't know yet. I'm going to be covering the show, the one with Jason Momoa. It's called C. So I'll be covering that here on the channel. But I'm also going to be covering all that stuff when they launch, because I do reviews on the streaming stuff. I did a Criterion review for a Criterion channel, so I'm definitely going to be reviewing that in Disney Plus. Are you going to see Boba Fett on Disney Plus? Are you talking about Mandalorian? Then yes, and I will be reviewing it for the channel. Are you expecting much from Wizard of Oz and Gremlins in 4K? Yeah, I think Wizard of Oz is going to look amazing. I'm very much interested in reviewing that one and seeing how it looks. I think the 3D looks spectacular. I think the Blu-ray always looked good. So I think with that HDR or Dolby Vision, whichever they go with, I think it's going to look fantastic. Gremlins 4K reuses the same old crappy Blu-ray. When you talk about the Blu-ray disc that it comes with, then yeah, I don't like that at all. I think if you're going to do a 4K and include a Blu-ray, remaster the Blu-ray. That for me is that goes with any studio. That's not just Warner Brothers. I'd say that with anybody. I know there's a lot of movies that get released with older Blu-rays. That just why? Like, why would they do that? Sweet. All right, guys, that is going to be it for me tonight. I had a lot of fun. I'm very happy you guys joined me for this. This was a lot of fun riffing with you. We'll definitely do something for Halloween, okay? I'm going to do something for October. I will let you guys know. And yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. It was a lot of fun. So thank you for, checking out the stream. So let's see.